If you're looking for a fast and easy way to make a beautiful background for your art journal page, you're going to want to try this. Hi, I'm Creative Katie Karen Burchill. Welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a super quick way to create a beautiful background. So I'm just going to tape off the coiled section of my 7x10 Canson Mixed Media art journal page. I take it off the coil because I love working flat instead of on the coil. It makes it so that I don't get all the gunk on other pages, and working flat is great. So this piece was inspired by this piece of rice paper. These colors are over here. I grab my color wheel. I am going to look for contrasting pieces that are across the color wheel that I have in my stash. So that's one way to save the time. Use what you have. That's why you have it. Pull it out and use it. Don't overthink it. So I've got some colored coffee filters here. I've got some red tissue paper from Gift Bag. And then I've got some colored sticker paper that I have, as well as some book paper that I've done some black stamping of. I don't know at this point if I'm going to use all of this, but they are the possibilities. And what I'm going to do is not overthink it. I'm just going to start cutting this into squares, rectangles, different geometric shapes with the plan of layering this on for my background. Rice paper goes down so perfectly easily. It's easy to work with, and it's a great way to use up leftover pieces of rice paper as well. This is a colored coffee filter. Again, I chose the teal color because it's opposite of what the rice paper is. And I'm just layering this up and moving it around, making bigger shapes, smaller shapes, and just arranging it on the background until I like what I see. I'm going to do some punches here. I thought some circles, and I discovered that when you're punching tissue paper, if you put it between two sheets of copy paper, like you see me doing here, it doesn't jam the punch. So I thought, okay, I'll get some large red circles. That will be an interesting thing. Got the rice paper. I've got the teal paper. At some point, you need to stop rearranging, stop overthinking, and just commit to gluing it down, knowing that it may go down a little bit differently and you will make it work down the road. So here I'm using my fluid matte medium and doing just that. I am gluing it down. I'm putting some fluid matte medium under and then over. And then I'm overlapping these pages. I want to see the teal. I want to see the yellows and golds and oranges and browns of that rice paper peeking through. My goal here is to make a fairly interesting background without doing much beyond using all my collage papers. And when you're rearranging it, remember, there is no absolute right or wrong. Trust your instincts. And I grab the book paper and I'm just cutting this up, filling in some of those white spaces. And I'm really liking the look of it. Now I've done all of this. Now because my collage paper had pattern on it, had stamping on it, I've jumped through all those steps. I don't need to grab out those stamps, grab out the stencils, because the interest is already on the collage papers that I've chosen. And that makes it go faster. This whole page took about 35 minutes in real time. And I think if you can create something beautiful in 30 minutes, that's great. Because truthfully, many of us don't have more time than that to get our create on. So once again, I am gluing everything down. with my fluid matte medium. And I am drawing in between layers here. I'm not overly worried that I have to fill every little last white space. I tried using the big red circles that I cut out of tissue paper, and some of them were too big, or I wanted some variety, so I grabbed my smaller punch and I cut out some of those. Again, putting the tissue paper between two sheets of copy paper. And then I'm just going to rearrange that around till I like what I see, and then I'm going to just glue that down. Now, the tissue paper, you can see through it. So some of that print and markings underneath it are showing through the tissue paper. Now, at this point, I have not thought about what focal image I am going to use. But to save time, I know I have a stash in a tray, and I am going to use something that's in there. I'm going to make it work some way, somehow. If you limit your options, sometimes you get more creative. You can spend a lot of time flipping through pages and pages and pages and opening cupboards and shelves. So, because this kind of read a little vintage, I grabbed this guy. I love the oval shape. It kind of mirrors the oval that was stamped. And then I have this printable. And while she might be 50s style, I like the difference between the antiqued look and then the white one. And I thought, okay, I can combine them. So don't be afraid to combine printables, napkins, any of your focal images. Build up a unique focal image instead of just one and done. So I'm going to glue that down, and I've switched to my gel medium because this is thicker paper. And I'm putting a coat on top. I'm not sure if I'm going to colorize this or attempt to colorize it, but I'm protecting it just in case. I'm making it a non-porous surface. I really like how this girl just kind of saddles up to him in the picture. Modern or more modern and more antique or vintage. And this was just a printable I believe I got from supercoloring.com. And then just gluing it down and drying it. Now I wanted to add some bling and a little bit of texture. So I'm using tangerine stencil butter and Dune stencil butter and this stencil. And I'm just going to put that in 3 places. I've picked the tangerine color because that color is in that rice paper. Again, that first piece of rice paper dictated and my color scheme. I chose the teal because it was opposite on the color wheel, and I'm choosing the colors here because I want everything to go together. And I'm overlapping a little bit across my printables too. And I chose this stencil because it had squares and diamonds and circles that all kind of worked with what I already had there. Now I'm edging the page with black acrylic paint, and this really just framed it so nicely. And then I'm shading around my focal images to make them pop out from the background. I want it to look like it's 3D. A little shadow here and there. Then I grabbed my Sassy Sayings and I actually changed the font on this, which you can't do when you buy my digital one. But I just played with it. But what you can do is you can take the quotes that I've given you and you can do your own word art if you wanted to or needed to change the font. And I figured the saying, "Oh, honey, I don't take orders, I barely take suggestions." That girl looks all full of sass, so I figured she might be saying that. And then I took a deep breath and I thought, oh, I like it being white, but what if I painted her dress red to match those red dots? That high contrast. So you got to try things out. Another way to get that red would have been to take pieces of the tissue paper and glue it onto the dress. And that would give it kind of a textured, more, maybe make it might look like more like material. But I didn't think of that till afterwards. So maybe for another day. Painted her hair kind of a um, yellow oxide color, again, that matched the background. You have the color somewhere, you bring it into somewhere else. That's how you make a cohesive page. And then I splattered with the yellow oxide. I just thinned the paint down with a little bit of water. I got some on her face, but I wiped it off. And the reason I was able to do that is because I had put that coat of gel medium or gel fluid medium on top and it made it into a non-porous surface. I needed or wanted a little bit more of that teal, so I grabbed the bright aqua and I'm just brushing that on in the places that I had the teal collage papers, just extending it, adding a little bit more. But again, the color palette was chosen for me. I'm just tweaking it now that I'm working on the final composition. Just tweaking it here and there, following my instincts. Then I'm painting on the printable, her fur stole here, and I'm making it look like fur, and I'm whitening and brightening it. You could have left it white, but it does look like it was just copy paper. And by putting paint on it, it gives it that painterly effect. Grab my Posca pen and I'm outlining my sentiment. Of course, here I ran into a little trouble because I didn't completely dry it. So I did end up stopping drawing it properly, and then coming back and doing this line work. And then I decided that I'm going to do some sketchy lines around the outside that just help frame it a little bit more. And I decided to paint this in, color it in black. I think I liked it better white in between. Again, you try things, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but you always learn. And there is the finished page. Quick, easy background using collage papers that from two sides of the color wheel. It is super easy. I hope you give this a try. Grab your color wheel to help you decide where you should go with it. Until next time, go get creative.